So the man you're watching here is the DPSA Acting Director General, Willie Vukela. So Willie Vukela has ordered all government departments, provincial, national, and state-owned enterprises to provide statistics on the number of foreigners employed within the public sector. And this deadline was in April. Most state-owned enterprises have missed this deadline. Most government departments, provincial and national, have missed this deadline. That is because they don't know. They actually don't know how many people, how many foreigners are employed in these departments. So he has now given another deadline of May, I think it's May the 21st, and every government department, every provincial department, and every state-owned enterprise must say who they're employing, who is a foreigner in those departments. So that statistics is currently not available. Last year, the statistics showed that about 6,000 foreigners are employed in the public service, of which about 50% are Zimbabweans and about 30% are from the Congo. So those are the two countries which have got the biggest number, mostly in education and also in health. So those are the two biggest areas. However, there are a number of high-level positions, especially in accounting and technology, where a lot of foreigners are employed. And the parliamentary portfolio on higher education has also ordered that all universities in South Africa must provide statistics of how many foreigners they employ, especially in the academic field. So all universities in South Africa, about 21 universities, are supposed to provide that statistic. And the person you're watching here is the Minister of Education, Nobuhle Gabane, higher education. So they're supposed to provide this information as soon as possible because there is a big number of foreigners working in these areas. The question is, why are so many foreigners working in these departments? The thing is, there is a certain educational requirement for certain positions. So you can't work in a certain position that requires a master's degree if you don't have it. You can't be a professor if you don't have a doctorate degrees in necessary experience. So young South Africans do not have those qualifications, which has resulted in government departments, especially national and provincial, having at least, I can say, more than 50% of the managerial positions being vacant. So they're not currently occupied. When you look at universities, there are similar issues. They cannot fill those positions because the people that are supposed to occupy them, who are local, don't have the necessary qualifications or they do not fulfill the requirements. That is what is causing this situation. So it cannot be addressed at a policy level. You have to address it from a capacity level. Those are two different things. There needs to be a plan in South Africa to capacitate young South Africans to occupy these positions. Otherwise, you have what is currently happening in the provincial government departments, where almost everything is not functional. Decision-making is not possible because you don't have the necessary managers. And the acting positions are so many. There are so many people in acting positions, especially in government, which is extremely, extremely crazy. You cannot believe what's happening with the government of South Africa. Almost dysfunctional because they cannot fill positions with people with the necessary skills. Otherwise, they will have to downgrade the skill requirement. And then it just becomes a wild, wild west where you are employing people who don't have the necessary qualifications. So this is very key. Every newspaper today is carrying these stories. How do we get young South Africans to occupy these positions, which are currently being occupied by foreigners? Because there is a political demand by South Africans for foreigners to be removed from these positions and for locals to occupy them. However, the locals do not as yet have the necessary skills to operate, to go into those positions and take them up. This is industry-wide. That is why the DA has gone to court to challenge employment equity laws. This is going to have a very big impact. If these laws are scrapped, the EEA laws, then you're going to see that this won't be possible. You won't need to do all these parliamentary processes. Government will be able to employ anyone that they want without worrying about which country they're coming from. So, very big story in South Africa, and it's going to be a political issue going into the next elections.